The program you're going to see is about the making of a movie. Alexander and Ilya Solkin, who made the 3 Superman movies, have gone back to the original comics again to bring you...
She makes it work, and the very difficult part was making a choice. And the only direction was New York, and we had to go there after, and we were lucky enough to find the girl.
The role of the decade, and for the young actress who would play it, the chance of a lifetime. But matching the one to the other would mean finding a new star. The search was on. New York, where thousands of young actors and actresses clamor for every part on offer. It was here that casting director Lynn Stallmaster had auditioned the then little-known Christopher Reeve for the part of Superman. Now, in the search for a Supergirl, one face stood out from the crowd, that of a 19-year-old graduate of the High School for the Performing Arts, Helen Slater. The Salkins' hunch in picking Christopher Reeve had paid off so handsomely that the responsibility for choosing a Supergirl was an awesome one for director Jeno Swart.
Our casting director, Lynn Stallmaster, who's the guy who cast Superman, he started, I think, with 350 girls, and we ended up seeing about 50 in New York, and Helen was it. And she was the first one we saw, as a matter of fact.
I introduced them to the 8 primary candidates. And I decided, which is always the case with me, not to play any games. And I brought Helen in first. I decided to go for the knockout in the first round. And it worked.
I remember it was like the weekend before. The audition was on Tuesday, and that weekend I had bought this red leotard and this skirt and the whole thing. And I remember I got to the audition at the Mayflower Hotel, and I had never seen myself in a full mirror before. And I had done the Linda Lee part, and then all of a sudden it was time to do the Supergirl scene. So I said, well, give me a second. I went out into the other room. I started changing, and I caught myself in the mirror, and there I was in this leotard and this old damskin skirt, you know, and I was thinking, gee, I look like a jackass. I was saying, there's no way I can go in there now. I mean, there's just no way.
I mean, she came in with her leotard, and she borrowed a red cape, and she had her hair up as Linda, and then she went into another room, just took her hair down and her glasses off, and came out with that little cape and stood, and it was amazing. I mean, it was just amazing.
And then we saw about another 30 girls, and we brought her back in, and she was again stronger and, like, better than the others. And then after that, we all said, that's the girl.
Brian, drop us a feed down on the same runner for a pup with it, please. On the floor. Is that a...
Well, you go back to that. You come from there.
So far, everyone was agreed. Helen Slater seemed the natural choice for Supergirl. But a screen test is always more than a formality. Helen was flown to London to test, not only as Supergirl, but also as her earthly alias, Linda Lee.
When you're here and you go back there, instead of standing up and going, turn around first and then stand up. That way it gives them a break.
Linda, I just had to try on your sweater, just to see how it looks. If I don't have something to wear tonight, I'll have to go naked.
From what you told me about Miguel, he wouldn't mind.
Look, everything I have is at the cleaners. Lend me this sweater. I promise I'll take real good care of it.
What a test is much more is to get a general feeling of the person. How she photographs, body motion, how she handles herself. Is there a photogenic quality? Is there something that the camera likes? Is it a person that the camera likes, or is it a person who likes the camera?
Miguel could fix you up. He's got a friend from Albuquerque who drives a Kawasaki.
Aren't you afraid of those things?
Well, they're okay. As long as you don't go too fast.
And so are boys. You know, at that time of the audition, I didn't know that Linda Lee was Supergirl. Nobody told me. Can you imagine? I had no idea. I had to guess. You see, I imagined when I was doing the audition that Linda Lee, that she wanted to be Supergirl, that she felt, that she believed every human being had a Supergirl inside of them, but that she wasn't Supergirl. I didn't find out about that till the 4th audition, till the final audition. Can you imagine?
Physically, it is not at all the prototype of the superhero the way Superman is. Superman was the Man of Steel, and he's big, he's got muscles, etc. She has superpowers, the same. She has X-ray vision, heat vision, she can fly, she has all those things. But where Superman is power and strength, she's more like style and elegance. All right, quiet, please. And you give her a clean entrance, right, Mike? I won't be here. When you're ready. You are, and action, guys. Helen! We were very blunt about what this entailed. And some girls got discouraged. I mean, we were very blunt about the amount of training, the amount of work, that it was a commitment of an enormous amount of time, that she would have to live really, I mean, totally as Supergirl. Even when she's not shooting, she'd have to practice the flying, do trampoline work, and get in shape, and do so many things. And this test was also a way for us, particularly for me, to see how such a young person reacts when suddenly you're in the middle of a bunch of strangers, a crew, it's noisy, people are around you, you got to concentrate despite that, whether she'll get flustered. And so far, I must say, her poise has been absolutely amazing for someone that age.
So far, so good. But is poise enough to win this 19-year-old actress the role of the year?
Hello, Helen.
Hi, how are you?
Hello.
I wanted to say goodbye before you left.
Okay.
Have a safe trip.
I will.
Yes.
There's a nice...
Oh, she works hard, huh?
Looking the part was not enough. The task of building up Helen's stamina and fitness fell to the man who had helped Christopher Reeve fill out Superman's mantle, stuntman Alf Joint.
If you want to, as people say, move well, in order to move well, you have to do or be good at physical things, gymnastics, riding. She rode, she did a little bit of fencing. Anything that gives you style and movement, she did it.
And it was great. I mean, I enjoyed building up, and I enjoyed watching you gain the weight. You know, it was great to get on the scale. It was like...
Luckily for Helen Slater, her training had gone some way towards preparing her for the rigors of filming.
It's a wonderful idea, but I mean...
It's all going to be done out.
But the extraordinary demands of a production such as Supergirl are so singular that no preparation could be complete. Often before daybreak, she would be required at the studio to start makeup for her character, or characters.
You took the Omega Hedron.
That's incorrect. I lost the Omega Hedron.
No, I did. I was the one who...
Come.
No matter who. This is our universe, and you've destroyed it with a game, a childish game.
I think that through the binary chute, I can do it in my Traveler. I can make a wobble. It's the next thingy about it.
Sorry, I thought
It was so good.
It is sometimes difficult to remember the words. The words, if the words are made up words, it is very difficult to recall them because there seems to be no immediate logic behind them, and when the word actually springs to your mouth, you do think that this can't be right.
Mind if one gets into the strange words of Omega Hedrons and quantum vortexes and things. the only way I can never remember them is to think of them as flowers, rhododendron or whatever.
Ah, that's a good position for you, right there. Not more forward than this, and don't move too much. Act for a change. Turn your head a little bit to the left. Cheat your... Ah, you see a little bit more like that. Cheat your look a little bit on the edge. Look, please, on this, I need... If you move, you're going to ruin the shot if you move too much. Once it's... You can do that little thing at the beginning. Once it starts, just right where you are, you'll look about here, and it's just, where am I going?
I know where I'm going. I'm going to chase the Omega Headroom.
Yeah. It's the unknown, the unknown.
All right, it's the unknown, for God's sake.
Excuse me. I could tell you weren't being natural because you knew this thing was going on. That's why. You know, she opens the fridge at night, the little light comes on, she does 10 minutes. Good girl. Derek, we're gonna do it again, and I think there should be more agitation here. They should move more, and... Boy, he cleared by about a quarter of an inch. Now, I don't want to see the Omega Headroom in this.
I'll explain to her.
Freddie. Now, you just give Alan a position for looks and what's the best for you and so on. Do it for me, honey, okay? Your first reaction...
I think Faye knows where to look, you see.
Your
Not
first...
as much as...
No, not cheated. Your first big reaction is when the radio comes on. I need to look over there, like says, I got the keys, and then let me see your expression. The mischief, you know, you get the idea, and boom, you started.
We've all, at one time or another, know something about astrology and that sort of thing, and tarot cards and all of that. And I didn't go too deeply into that, because it's more the notion of it than the reality of, magic.
Well, it's Derek on the plan.
You want the fan out, love? A bit more?
No, it's okay.
Here we go, shooting. Quiet, please. Shh.
Wonder... Immortality be upon this one. She is a sharer of the sun's everlasting life. There will now be no danger of death. This world will keep her forever. Rise up.
That was great. Now, I think, Faye, you can wait react a little bit more to it started. You're looking at it. It's your energy that makes it start. And then you sort of get the connection. You feel something inside.
It's able to work magic, except she just doesn't understand anything about it. So she has to try to figure out how it works. And there, as you can imagine, lots of funny things that happen in the course of trying to make this sort of round ball of power work for her. Finally, she succeeds, and she's able to really make magic. Rise up.
What is it? What is
Sun,
it?
the wind, the rain are all with me.
Godfrey? Michael, check that window before we go, love. That's what you're gonna get.
The Supergirl unit traveled to Scotland for some of the location filming. These are the scenes of Supergirl's adventures on Earth when, disguised as Linda Lee, she wins the love of Ethan, played by Hart Bachner. But Ethan still doesn't realize that Linda and Supergirl are one and the same person.
okay. Right, stand by, please. Here we go.
Broken.
Beat. 611, take one. A and B cameras.
Okay, quiet, please, and action.
I told you, Linda can take care of herself.
You just flew over my head, didn't you?
I'll go
saw
back
you
there and
do
I'll
that.
take care of everything, so don't worry about
I said
it.
you just flew over my head. True or false?
True.
Like Superman.
He's my cousin.
He's your cousin?
Yes. Oh, I shouldn't be telling you this. I'm supposed to be here undercover.
Wait a minute, wait 1 minute. I mean, you can do the whole number, leap tall buildings in a single bound, look right through things?
Yes.
You bend steel bars?
Yes.
Whoa!
I have to go. Selena has the Omega
Oh,
head.
please, I have to find Linda.
Cut. That was very good.
Okay, camera.
Friend, let's go another one. Helen, I think you can even have a little bit more fun. Make it a little bit more lighter.
Give it that. Okay.
It's first love. I mean, their whole relationship is about first love in a way. You know, and she all of a sudden loses all her superpowers in a way. I mean, she's like a 3-year-old sort of thing. You know, she doesn't know what's hit her. She sort of just wants to, you know, touch and tread softly, and she doesn't know how to. And then he starts acting like a stubborn guy, saying he has to go back and save Linda's life. And she's Linda, but you can't tell him that she's Linda, and she just wants him to sit down and be quiet so maybe they can just, you know, do nice things. It's just all puppy love.
Please. Action.
Zoltar.
Squirt.
No. The person who has the power source, Zoltar, she sent me here. I have to go.
Stay here forever, too. She sounds formidable, someone to be...
I'm sorry, we had a little... When you work with an actor of the stature of Peter O'Toole, what's wonderful is that in terms of language and communication, because you got to change communications with every actor. You got to find a new language for every actor. It's very easy because he knows so much already that sometimes you'll just indicate one thing and you only have to say, I mean, I never had to even finish a thought. He already understood before I was through with the sentence.
What is this?
A horse, I think. On Earth, I think they call it a horse.
And you made it here. You made this here. Then you haven't given up.
Don't be ridiculous.
Earth, Zoltar, Earth. A tree, a horse. You keep making things from Earth.
The place intrigues me.
Then let's go there.
Certainly. When is the next train?
Cut.
You got
It's getting much better. You see it's beautiful, and then you look at him and you see, so you haven't given up. And now go on him, but you don't have to pounce him.
Don't pounce.
A little bit, it lacks subtlety. You got a little
It's just
bit.
that if we started off so urgent, that's the thing.
No, but except the beginning, you get a natural break when you see the horse. And then the reason I'm saying that is because if you go too high, you'll never be able to get back to the child. Just a little bit more subtle and natural, and that's it. All right, dress rehearsal, and then we'll shoot.
The Phantom Zone. A desolate place reputed to be inescapable. But that in itself presents an irresistible challenge for Supergirl. And more than a few headaches for the filmmakers.
Now, go up as high as you can, Colin.
Okay, guys, give me the wind and the dust. The problem we had is that Peter O'Toole and Helen Slater, they walk out of this little house and they're in the middle of this wind, and we had a lot of particles in the air flying, and both of them got their eyes filled with particles, and they couldn't see where they were walking. And half of the floor was pools with this green drip, which was made out of toothpaste. But Peter, I think it was his experience in Lawrence of Arabia. He was used to the desert, so he just used one hand to block his face. Peter, you come out of the hole on action. You see there's a little bridge here. So you cross on the little bridge, okay? And then you go like this. And you exit towards the ladder. Camera left. That's perfect. And just coming towards me. That's perfect. Absolutely perfect.
The scene in the Phantom Zone where Peter O'Toole and I are walking through the Phantom Zone, there's all that smoke and wind and the vortex that's all blowing. I mean, it was, I was blinded. You couldn't see anything.
Here we go.
You know, everyone else was wearing masks. Everyone on the set were wearing these masks because there was all this dust flying around. And, you know, except for us. And they were inhaling this terrible kind of sawdust material.
Great. El Printo, well done, everybody. Thank you. Are you all right?
Oh, yeah.
It looks fabulous.
Your station for news and information. Good afternoon. Mid-Mill weather, good air quality, it's a beautiful day. Sweet evening. Increasing high cloudiness, however. There is one cloud. A typical small American town. Only it isn't. The decision to film in England meant that production designer Richard MacDonald and art director Terry Ackland Snow had to design and build a town from scratch. It took them months to transform a desolate backlot into the film's most expensive single set.
This is a sequence where the witch, who was played by Faye Dunaway, fancies this young man, and he gets away from her. She's giving him a love potion, and to get... Godfrey.
You got a superb ear, Governor.
Great.
Really?
Did you see that the tire stopped?
Yes, I did, I'm afraid.
All right, I'm going to have to do a bridge on that. Freddie!
That was scary, the tractor stuff. That was... Scary isn't the right word. That was petrifying. exactly. I had gotten to that point where I thought, well, look, if I fall off and die now, it's been great. And I mean, I have to go up there, and this is part of my job.
So, Chunky, I tell you, go with it a certain way, and then stop and let him exit.
Okay.
And this one, it would help me reach for the split here. You can do that. Helen.
Yes, darling.
Reach.
Reach.
You know, for when you're gonna split it.
For when I'm gonna lift Ethan out of the thing.
I wonder whether you shouldn't reach like this.
You mean when I'm ripping it off?
Yeah.
If I was gonna rip something off, it would definitely be like a...
It's a friendship, you know, except I'm sort of the kind of witch eventually when she gets the power and she becomes more evil and more evil, I say, you're not gonna do that, are you? You'll never get away with this, you know, so that's sort of a person who has a conscience. Well, Brenda and I, you know, were sort of like a double act, really. And we found that we were reacting very well to each other, and the chemistry between us was interesting, and looks and all sorts of things would happen unplanned. The spontaneity developed there, which I think was very important to the story and to the film. Next time, remind me to do this outside.
That looked great. The change.
Ian?
Now, Jenna, how was that for you, sir? Don't block your face, okay? A little bit higher, you're all right.
See, I mean, I think I should never touch that.
Just about there. That's perfect.
Special effects play an important role in a film like Supergirl, but they're not all added after shooting. Many of them are created as the scene is shot.
I'm straightening up, and I go, cut. That's it.
Is that bad to look out of frame?
But it should be very fast because, see, the center of interest is this. It should be one of those, like, you become aware, boom, and then suddenly back at her.
Okay, but this is the thing. Didn't I look around before the lights or the wind died? One of those two?
I told you, and I said it when the light.
I think I took that on my own, and I think it was early. This is the room that I confront Supergirl finally. I thought I had banished her completely and got rid of her by my magical powers, and she doesn't quit. She comes back. And there are enormous confrontations, and all magic breaks loose in here, and she fights the magic, and we'll see what happens. I won't tell you.
Now you open the coconut. Yeah, do it so I can see it. Could you see it there?
Yes, I can see it there, but if she lifts it up and breaks it there. Yes, that's fine.
You don't come forward on this. It's all Linda, Linda, and then when she bends down to kiss you, I say cut.
Okay.
And then I'll say, when I say heart, you say Linda. And when I say now, you put the coconut down, and very slowly, as if attracted by some unknown magnet, you start to bend over, and I'll say cut before you touch his disgusting lips.
Very quiet everywhere, please. Roll cameras.
Cut.
I think
Brent, let's do another one.
It's got to be farther back.
I know, I couldn't.
Brent, let's go right away before we get the rain.
The rigors of filming are over now for Helen Slater, the perils and the pleasures behind her. Was she right to have gambled her career on this one-star part?
If Helen had said, do you think I should do this? I don't know. I would have said, of course you should do it.
It's all very well to sit at home and say, I'm not sure whether this is quite right. Maybe I don't think my image is quite this, is it? But to be in a big, big picture, and a big, big successful picture, which I'm sure this one's going to be, then you can't get a better rocket blast to the moon than that.
And she's learning how to make a very difficult film, and she's doing it very well. She'll never have any trouble, Helen. She's gonna be fine.
For she has one thing that I don't have, very few of us have, and that is that she's 19. And that will carry a lot of people through. And she also is, yes. Yes, she has stamina. It's written all over.
Her life is going to change radically. She is not only going through a long, difficult, but exciting experience in making the film, but when the film is released, her privacy suddenly will be non-existent, because the moment she walks out her door, everybody will know her. Whether they immediately say there's Helen Slater, they will say there's Supergirl.